Memes are wonderful things. If you're watching this video, I'd say there is a 100% chance that you have seen a meme. Hell, I'd say there's a 95% chance that you have shared a meme. Hell, I'd even say there's about a 69% chance that you've made a meme.
Nice.
That you've taken an image and you've added some words, or hell, you've even just added a caption and you've sent that to your friend to elicit a giggle. Lord knows I have. I make memes all the time. Here's a meme I made. One of my favorites. You get it? The joke is this, just a normal brain. It's a subversion of expectations. I'm funny. I'm not. Much like how the ancient Egyptians used hieroglyphics to express words or concepts, on the internet we use memes in a very similar fashion. When someone shows you this GIF, you pick up what they're putting down, you get the emotion they're trying to convey, and when someone puts some words next to this image, once again, you understand what the connotations are. Memes are a universal thing. Memes are a beautiful thing, except when they're not. And unfortunately, that's what this video is largely going to be about, because you see, you may be a well-adjusted person who doesn't get irrationally angry over incredibly insignificant things, but I very much am. And one thing that drives me utterly bonkers is meme representation, in fact just internet culture representation in traditional media, in movies,
No, I'm a meme!
in TV shows,
I'm a meme now.
advertising.
Like a boss.
We're going through them today. We're gonna look at them, we're gonna talk about them, and maybe we're gonna try and figure out how things could have gone better, because damn it, I want things to be better. If you're gonna appropriate my culture, you better do it right, okay? So listen up, Mr. Media Man with your big cigar. I assume you exist. Let's talk about memes. Memes can be a lot of things. It can be an image with some text on it. It can be a GIF. It can be a particularly relatable moment from a TV show. No! It can be a person. It can be a little bit of a song.
Give me a second,
It can be so many things. And yet, traditional media gets it wrong damn near every single time. Let's start fairly simple with the concept of going viral, with something blowing up online, becoming an online sensation and getting shared around. This is where you're gonna see movies say things like, you got 1 million hits.
Millions of hits!
It's always hits.
22,000 hits.
It's never views or likes or retweets. It's always just hits.
Over 1 million hits.
Vague hits. On what website? It's almost never said, what's a hit? Fuck you, that's what it is. Honestly, there are far too many examples of this to actually cover, so we're going to focus on a few that do it pretty well and a few that do it pretty badly. Let's start fairly recently with the movie Free Guy. An NPC becomes self-aware in a video game, people start referencing him in popular culture, they start dressing up as him, and all the streamers are talking about him.
Yeah, he's good. He looks like an NPC, but he's running around leveling up crazy fast by being the freaking good guy.
This is not really how that would work, is it? The streamers don't just sit there and muse about the latest happenings in meme culture. It's more likely they'd be going to Twitter and making jokes about it. I think people would immediately be jumping on a bandwagon of referencing it, not just discussing it for an un-internet savvy audience, but it's a movie, so I get it. A similar thing happens in the movie Sorry to Bother You, where the protagonist gets hit in the head with a cola can and someone yells, once again, it's getting referenced in pop culture, on the news, people are dressing up in a very racially insensitive costume, and it even gets embraced by corporations, becoming an advert in itself, which is very much a thing that happens. You know Chocolate Rain?
Chocolate Rain!
The song with the funny, deep voice that's actually about a really serious topic. It's about racial inequality.
The same crime has a higher price to pay. Chocolate Rain!
Well, what you may not know is Cherry Chocolate Rain, the almost immediate follow-up, which was an advert for Dr. fucking Pepper.
Cherry Chocolate Rain, release my love and unlock the chain.
Because why the fuck not, you know? One thing I also love in Sorry to Bother You is that the clip can't just go viral on its own. It's also got to have a silly bonk sound effect and some little child sensory graphics, because, you know, that's what the kids like. Things don't go viral unless it's really signposted what's funny about them. Of course, now it is a bit of a meme to bombard you with wacky sound effects. Maybe a lot of these are just ahead of their time. Ms. Marvel gets so close yet so very far when a moment from the show goes viral on TikTok, which is, yes, that is where a thing would very much go viral these days, except it goes viral in the form of a boomerang, where, you know, you have a clip play and then in reverse and back and forth. That was like a thing, what, like 8-9 years ago on Instagram? No! Also, general pet peeve, I hate when something goes viral and it's clearly just a shot from the show, like on a cinema camera. Like, we very much know what something filmed on a phone looks like. Fucking Justice League. Ralph Breaks the Internet, the sequel that absolutely everyone wanted, has some pretty interesting takes on the process of going viral, where Ralph, a video game character, somehow winds up making loads of viral videos, all of which being kind of variations on things that we've really seen on the internet, like hot pepper challenges and screaming goat videos. Yeah, if videos of Mario doing these things just suddenly started popping up on the internet and Nintendo wasn't making them, people would talk about it. You have a very weird bit where there is a news host specifically talking about memes.
Welcome to Up to the Meme It. I'm your host, Danny Fernandez.
But then again, that also very much did exist with The Soup, hosted by Joel McHale, where he would just talk about happenings on the internet in, honestly, the fairly early days of things like YouTube. So it could happen. One thing that's just wild, though, is he starts just getting loads of tweets about how much people hate him, and they're so sincere. They're not like jokes, it's just like people saying like, Ralph sucks and I don't like him. Are people out there tweeting like, Mario is a piece of shit and he fucked my dad? Mario's a piece of shit and he fucked my dad? 0 tweets. So, you know, He's All That, the spiritual successor to She's All That once again everyone wanted, also has some pretty interesting takes on virality when a character has a freak out and then their nose gets full of snot, and that becomes somewhat of a viral sensation with the hashtag Bubble Girl.
How could this happen?
I feel like the hashtag was going to be Snot Girl, and then they got fairly into production before they realized that Snot Girl is like a successful comic and they couldn't do that. It very much doesn't seem to understand how the internet works, in that she literally loses all of her followers, all of them, overnight over this. It's impossible to lose all of your followers, because statistically speaking, some of them are dead and they can't unfollow you. They're there forever. But honestly, I can kind of imagine it if a celebrity got caught in a manner that was this unflattering. I can kind of see that getting shared around. I would have liked to have seen some funny captions or, you know, people doing parodies or variants on it for it to qualify as like a proper meme representation, but I've seen worse. Now, for the past 20 years, every single animated show has just had to have an episode wherein the characters go viral or try to go viral or get sucked into the internet. It's just a staple. I, however, would never do something like that.
And that... Now we sit back, relax, and wait for the fame.
We Bare Bears, regular show, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends all feature episodes where the characters try to go viral on some sort of home brand version of YouTube, and they're kind of fine.
Guess who's watching ViewTube videos?
Not just any videos.
Weirdly, it's the Foster's episode from 2008 that I think captures, like, YouTube viral video the best. I mean, you got a video of a pug licking peanut butter. That'd go viral. And then you've got a variation of that video where it's been dubbed.
Ooh, look! There's a sequel!
I'm eating peanut butter.
However, there's a lot of cloaca-based humor in that episode. So, points removed. South Park delves into memes once again, parodying the 2011 trend of planking, where the characters start a new viral trend of
pulling the shirt out to look like boobs.
And honestly, it scans.
We got it! Go, 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 go!
The Powerpuff Girls has a couple internet-themed episodes, both featuring some variant of Grumpy Cat.
You already got more subscribers than Crotchety Cat!
I guess they can't actually say Grumpy Cat because it's trademarked, so the moral of the story there is trademark your pets. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, which, as it turns out, is a show, features an episode where Pac-Man gets spots, and also really big, and people take photos of him, and he says,
Oh man, I'm a meme!
So that's fun. I don't think that's really how a meme works, though. I don't think you just take photos of a spot and now that's a meme. Is anyone sharing these? Oh no, people do share videos of spots, don't they, and popping them. That's fucked up. Also, one thing I loved when I saw this clip on YouTube is how many comments were saying, this has ruined Pac-Man for me. I'm sorry, it ruined Pac-Man for you? There are Pac-Man fans. People saw this circle that sometimes has a mouth and projected some sort of connection and expectations onto it. Pac-Man has fans?
Who are you people!
Something that I think is still quite impressive is that it was The Simpsons in 2002 that did one of the most on-the-pulse portrayals of internet culture of its time when Bart makes a Newgrounds-esque webtoon that goes viral.
That guy's hilarious.
As someone who was very much there at the time, it's pretty on the money, and they even have a very on-the-nose parody of Joe Cartoon with
Bin Laden in a blender.
And yeah, that really was just what shit was like. My first exposure to like webtoons were all about killing Osama bin Laden. That was just the thing you did. But those are mostly just some examples of vaguely going viral. None of them, I'd say, represent memes or meme and internet culture because there's not much creativity. I think what defines a meme is that it can be built upon, that it can evolve. Around the year 2006, we settled on the term exploitable to refer to any image that could become a meme, basically. You get a funny image of some guy who looks like a vague scumbag. That's Scumbag Steve now, and you're gonna put text on that just is things that scummy people do. Or this girl, she's got goosebumps, and so she probably says that funny, and you can put other things that she says funny. That is unexploitable. There's subsections of exploitables called like advice animals and all the things that follow from them, where you take a funny little character, you cut their head out and you put them on a background, and if it's like an angry looking wolf, you say, hey, that's Insanity Wolf, and you put captions about just being crazy there. Or if it's a particularly philosophical looking drawing of a raptor, that's Philosophy Raptor, and you're gonna just apply various shower thoughts to it. That's gonna come up quite a lot, I think. Around about 2006, you see the rise of YouTube poops, where people start remixing and fucking around with clips to make them funny and bizarre. You get song remixes, like This Is Sparta. Which births its entire own subsection of Sparta remixes. Taking the hobbits to Isengard, Why Is the Rum Gone? All of these things. No! You've got 2 to 4 part reaction memes, like the aptly named Reaction Guys, or somewhat more recently, the Drake reaction memes. The point is, there's lots of different memes. Anything can be a meme, which is why it makes it so impressive that traditional media still manages to fuck it up almost every single time. Oh, God. What I really want to talk about and focus on in this video, though, is instances in movies and TV where characters or events become a meme in universe. They get shared around on the internet, and how authentically they've represented that. I mean, one very easy shorthand way that you can do that is by just copying a pre-existing meme. So like in BoJack Horseman, when you have Sad Dog, which is very much just Sad Keanu. I will give it points though, because it demonstrates a pretty decent understanding of how a meme works.
What is it?
It's a meme for posting online. Teacher gave you too much homework. Sad dog.
You got it. That is how memes work. Gravity Falls similarly just does a one-for-one parody of the one does not simply walk into Mordor meme.
You're memeing fast and none of them are good.
I don't have much to say on it. It's harmless. It's inoffensive. Sometimes, of course, memes find their way into movies, not because someone's trying to show that they understand internet culture, but just because they saw a video they found funny and thought, yeah, I'm gonna put that in my Thor movie. So many fucking times.
They are wonderful.
Yes, they are. They also scream quite a lot.
Fairly recently, The Simpsons had a pretty meta moment wherein Homer sends a Simpsons gif. Fuck it. Once again, I'm not mad about it. It's harmless. Fine. It doesn't matter. As an honorable mention, the movie X-Men: The Last Stand included a meme reference to themselves. In 2005, a parody dub of the X-Men animated series featured the line, which became a popular meme at the time, leading them to straight up quote it in the 2006 movie.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
A lot of the cartoons I mentioned earlier had visual references to memes of days gone by. Grumpy Cats galore, OK Go, Rage Comics, Tourette's Guy, Rick Astley, Rejected, or Peanut Butter Jelly Time, I'm not sure. Antoine Dodson. I mean, South Park had a whole damn episode about it.
Leave Tron Guy alone!
Honestly, to this day, one of my favorite celebrations of online culture was in a 2008 Weezer music video for the song Pork and Beans. At the time it came out, it was really bang on. Like, it accurately captured a lot of the most relevant phenomenons and memes of the time. It displayed them in ways that I felt weren't cringe. Good job, Weezer. You did it. And that came out in 2008. And honestly, I think it was kind of indicative of a shift in the culture wherein people, specifically people making movies and TV shows, or at least the ones consuming them, locked in their understanding of the internet and internet culture and then said, brain full, cannot consume any more information, because as we're going to see pretty soon, almost every single internet reference from this point onwards only references that point backwards. Does that make sense? All right, it's time to move on to the good stuff. And by good stuff, I do not mean that. I mean bad stuff, mostly. We are now going to look at in-universe memes in movies, TV shows, and adverts that are very often not good. Oh boy. So first of all, we have Don't Look Up, which just flew a little too close to the sun because they very nearly had it. There is a beat where Jennifer Lawrence's character has a understandable freakout on live television.
When we're all 100% for sure gonna fucking die!
Yeah, that would very much become a meme.
That quickly became a meme.
Sure enough, it gets gift, and then it just kind of descends into meme-adjacent madness. So we have some memes which, while they're not to my taste, I can very much imagine happening. You Google Greta Thunberg meme, and sure enough, you are going to find things pretty much bang on to this. But then you get other weird things like this, where they've just edited her face to be fucked up. That's not really like a thing. I don't think you'd just be like, haha, I made it ugly, I win. But then again, it is the internet. Like, I'm not saying these memes wouldn't exist, but are these really the memes that would go viral? This meme is so incredibly specifically 2005-esque in that it's not a meme, it's just, I've owned you by changing the image. I don't really know how to express that this is just not the kind of thing I think you'd see nowadays, but you would very much have seen this in like 2005. You'd be like, I took a picture of Britney Spears and I put a poo-poo in her hand and then a speech bubble said, I eat poo-poo. You know, that is the kind of thing that would very much exist then, but not now. I think it's very much telling of the understanding of meme culture of the person who made this. This one's fairly passable, actually, but if you're going to do a top text, bottom text meme, you're supposed to put the top text at the top. It's in the name. So I was originally going to go a little bit harder on this, but then when I actually looked up memes specifically related to what they're parodying, which is like climate denial, their meme game is pretty bad, so it's not as bad as I wanted it to be. I somewhat succeed. In the show Veep, we have the Meme Mam segment, wherein the protagonist gets a photo of her looking at her phone, cut out, and it becomes something that people just put on, you know, shots of disasters.
I came here to tell you that you're a meme man.
I'm a meme man? What are you talking about? Speak English, boy.
A meme, an internet phenomenon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very accurate, although I feel like it's somewhat cheating because it is literally the disaster girl meme. The show then does demonstrate a pretty decent understanding of memes, at least for its time, saying that like...
Usually they flame out after about 48 hours, but sometimes they blow up and become a super meme. If it gets on Reddit or Tumblr, that can happen.
So, props to them. The Mitchells vs. the Machines has a scene where the dad frantically logs onto YouTube and accidentally plays just a random viral video.
As the world got mad!
And I'll admit, it got a laugh out of me.
Deregulate tapioca.
But while at first glance this video seemed very postmodern and reflective of kind of the hyperactive memes you might see today, the more I looked at it, the more I realized it was really just like power thirst.
Power running, power lifting, power sleeping, power dating, power eating, power laughing, power spawning babies.
Which in itself was inspired by the movie Idiocracy, which in itself was inspired by the stylings of Tim and Eric and the Eric Andre show, also from the mid to early noughties. So, I mean, I think it's also overly produced for a meme these days. I think such a focus now is put on creating content that feels authentic and low effort. It's that kind of like bedhead hair effect, but for memes, where it's like, I spent hours making this look like I didn't spend hours making this. Does this make any fucking sense to anyone that isn't me? Help me. And the real nail in the coffin is when the characters start singing fucking Numa Numa. It It ain't 2003, baby girl. What in God's name is happening here? Alright, here is somewhat of a rough one from Miss Marvel, but to their credit, I do want to give them props because they get a lot of stuff right. Like, they do show this sequence that goes viral from the actual POV of the audience. They accurately convey that a lot of virality these days is going to be captions added on social media, but then they had to push it and they had to start doing some top text, bottom text memes, and this is where it goes deeply awry.
I put ice cream on pizza!
Did someone say ice cream pizza?
Why is that kid hanging out the window? That's not a meme, that's just a tweet. This one is just the first world problems meme, but just done wrong. Why would you... this is not the kind of caption you would put on this image. This one's just a fucking lolcat. And you know what? I would 100% believe this existing in this space, but 15 fucking years ago. Don't get me wrong, I love lolcats. I remember the first time I saw lolcats back in 2006. I laughed so much I fucking cried. It was transcendental. It was a wonderful experience, but we have moved on, I think. I will say this one that is almost too blurry to read is pretty much the only correct usage of this meme. I bet he's thinking about other women and he's thinking about the ice cream pizza. I don't think you've balanced it out with the other sins, but sure. Okay. All right. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. This one is just mwah, except whatever the opposite of that is. Oh. So, kid lands in a ball pit, gets a dirty nappy stuck to his hand, screams about it, someone's filming it, it becomes a meme.
No, I'm a meme!
So far, honestly, kind of believable. I'm getting David After the Dentist vibes. I'm getting Edgar's Fall. You know, we've seen this happen where a kid does something that's embarrassing for them and it goes viral. Completely believable. However, it just goes viral in such a wrong way. Do you remember the Advice Animals where you cut out a character and then you put them in front of a colorful background and then you add top text, bottom text? That's what they go with. There's so much that it's not how fucking memes work, my guys. What? I honestly can't give notes. It's just the wrong type of viral video. Like, if that were to go viral and become a meme, it would genuinely just happen on its own. You wouldn't need to edit it. Maybe it would become a song remix, and maybe people would parody it, but it's the wrong type of meme. All right, I feel a bit bad about this next one because it never asked to be held to the same standards as these movies and TV shows because it's just an independently made short film that I found on YouTube. But, you know, if you're gonna make a film called The Meme, which is about a character becoming a meme, it's getting included in this video. I'm sorry.
I'm the Wolverine, kidding? Because I'm the Wolverine.
And what you have is you have your main character who takes a photo where he's trying to be like Wolverine and it gets turned into a meme.
I'm a meme.
And it ruins his life, yada, yada, yada. And I have notes. So namely, it's just that it's this photo of him and it gets the caption Weapon XXXL and it goes viral.
Holy shit, you're Weapon XXXL.
Two things. One, honestly, the photo is not good enough. It's just not, it's not good enough, it's not funny enough, it's not clear enough, it's not a very good angle. The joke isn't that great. Like, yeah, this is the kind of joke you might make at your friend's expense. You might dunk on them in private, but that's not enough to go viral. Also, Weapon XXXL? Just do like XL Men. Come on, it was like right there. X-Men, XL Men. I mean, Weapon X is a pretty fucking niche. Like, people call him Wolverine. You could have done a little better.
Enjoy.
If you had a cosplay photo of like a fat dude dressed as Wolverine and it said XL Men, in fact, fuck it, you take a photo of a group of X-Men cosplayers and they're all fat and you caption that XL Men, people would fucking eat that up. There's your feedback. Go make the film again. Oh boy, these next few are the absolute worst and they're so bad that I'm fairly certain you'll have already seen them. I know other YouTubers have talked about these, but these are like TV spot, like advertising, commercial, PSA segments, meme things, and holy shit, they're bad. Because I think what makes them so bad is that you know all the thought process that went into it. It is the how do you do fellow kids meme in real life. It's not even a meme, it's just a scene from a thing, but it is also a meme. Memes, they're memes. So let's start off painful. They're all painful, but we'll just start off painful.
The meme steams.
Xfinity is crazy fast.
Almost as fast as me, noob!
It's impressive how much they managed to cram into such a small space. So we have, obviously, impact, top text, bottom texting. We've got...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We're cramming a lot in, and just all of these things are data. I mean, noob! Noob? Noob is such a phrase that I don't really game much these days, but is that really a thing people are still saying? Who is this for? Who sees this and goes, haha, yeah, I'll get your product now? I mean, fuck, we are talking about it, so I guess it's working in some sick way.
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco spicy chicken is so deliciously hot, it's generating reactions from everyone, like the memer.
Whew. Eat spicy goodness like a boss.
You know what? I at least respect them for holding on absolute silence, because no one laughed when they saw this, and they don't shy away from it. At least, you know, it's just 2 seconds of crushing silence. When I was 18 years old, I went to my university's anime society because I was like, oh, anime seems cool. I'd like to, you know, hang out with people who like that. I didn't know better. It was genuinely like a villain origin story moment for me, because I got there and all they were doing was this shit.
Jabomb!
Memes of the decade. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be here. It was really upsetting. And this has taken me back to that moment. And I did.
Like a boss.
This is triggering. This is genuinely triggered a bad memory. And I'm really upset. I mean, like a boss. Yeah, dude, let's bring that shit back.
Lead a workshop. Remember birthdays.
All right, so we have the It's a Trap anti-smoking commercial. And this one, again, has layers.
Like onions.
To its credit, it's from 2015. To its detriment, it doesn't reference a single meme, I think, from nearly the same decade that it came out in.
It's a trap.
Honestly, it actually takes craft to cram this much into one shot. You have It's a Trap, first and foremost, which is a 2002 Star Wars meme. You've got Dramatic Chipmunk, which, by the way, was a prairie dog from 2007. And you've got Lolcats from, 1905, but, 2004, 2005. So that is a lot. And again, it's 2015.
It's a trap.
Overly Touched Girlfriend was only 3 years old at this time, so while, that's pretty old in internet years, I'll allow it.
Oh my god, it's a trap!
Irma Gerd was 2012? Fuck, I genuinely thought that meme was, older than that. So again, 3 years old, not great, but... Oh man, really? Irma Gerd is only 10 years old? That doesn't seem right. And then we got Joseph DeCrow, which is a 2009 meme.
Tis indeed a trap.
But also, he died 220 years ago. Let him rest. I did love that meme though. I was very fond of that meme. And then to top it all off, we have the fucking Lolrus from 2006. They'd be stealing my bucket. Who is this for? You're gonna make an advert that is supposed to appeal to, I assume, Gen Zers at the time, and you're gonna fill it with the most outdated, millennial memes? Who is this for? Eddie Burback has covered all of this in his own video much better, but just Jesus Christ, oh, stop it. I'm going to commit arson. At the end of the movie Spree, in which a character live streams their killing spree, it's revealed that the movie itself is actually a compilation video made by an anon on 4chan. So, I guess the movie technically is a meme?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kurt here from Kurt's World.
There's also a semi-decent attempt to capture the vibe of B, but the memes they make are pretty dated and honestly toothless, but maybe that's for the best. I gotta talk about the SNL sketch. I gotta talk about the fucking uncle meme SNL sketch.
Here we go.
He memed me. I'm sorry. Memed you? I'm a meme now, and I don't like it one bit.
So, the basic premise of this sketch is John Mulaney's character, his Facebook profile pic is a photo of him at his office, and his nephew, Pete Davidson's character, he's essentially turned him into an exploitable meme, and honestly, the ingredients are all there. I think this is generally just true of SNL. They had everything they needed to absolutely fucking smash this, and they just still fucked it so hard.
I smash? I have a kid, damn it.
The photo of him in his office, that's genuinely a good photo. That would be an exploitable. That would be a base meme. 100% believable. The problem is, they're just not funny.
What?
A kind of meme that I can imagine blowing up would be calling him like cuckolding Carl. You know, like these are like believably that's the kind of character the way you could describe him as a guy whose wife is cheating on him or something, or like nothing's going his way. It's a bad luck Brian type meme, but you could do exclusively jokes about how his wife is fucking someone else. Wife suggests a threesome, you're not in it. You know, it's that kind of thing. But instead we get, when she wanna smash, but the pee-pee too small. No. This is not good. This is such a minor note, and maybe it doesn't piss you off, but why is there drop shadow on the impact? It's overproduced. People can tell when too much effort has been put into a meme, and you throw in a drop shadow on a top text, bottom text meme, a format we're all clear on, makes it clear that it is overproduced, you've gone out of your way, you are a tryhard, and it's cringe. These are just the rules.
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Why does this matter? It fucking doesn't, but it does. The differences are subtle, but you will notice them like corked wine. You're like, it doesn't taste quite right. It's small, but it fucking blows it.
I mean, is it supposed to be funny? Because it's not.
It's not. You're right. It's not funny. When y'all kissing and she say that'll be $200. Concept works, but again, the delivery is a fail. It's got that really embarrassing, like, Gen Z AAV. We're trying to sound hip and with it, but it's not good. You gotta simplify it. Like, when you finish up and she hands you the bill, or the check, you know, that kind of shit.
When your girl pregnant and you ain't even had sex.
Like, they're trying so hard to sound like what they think kids talk like, and it is like watching a TikTok dance unfurl in front of my eyes.
When you tip the cam girl 10K and she block you.
Honestly, not bad. And she block you, and she blocks you. Like, talk like a fucking normal human. These memes are supposed to be relatable. Ugh. Well, you know, at least at the end, they kind of get it. At least they do a nice deep fry meme, and you know, it's like, it's changed the type of meme though. This is like white guy Walter, you know? The whole thing should have been like white people things, like, oh, we fucking love cheese, you know? I'm losing my fucking mind, and I can't articulate concisely why this is so bad, but it is. It is. This is not what Gen Z memes are like. If you're gonna do a millennial style meme, then you need to have it be written like a millennial style meme. Instead, they're doing it like in what they, again, think is Gen Z speak, you know?
We stan you.
And I stan you.
Millennials we're plenty cringe on our own. We'll be like, oh, heckin' Papa Doggo, lols. But we're not like, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna debase myself with what I think Gen Z sound like. I'll just play you a different fucking SNL clip of what they think Gen Z fucking sound like.
Bestie's gonna be okay, right?
I'm sorry, but at this particular time, that's looking like cap.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, March 1st, 2020. I think we all know what caused the fucking pandemic then. So many people died. Because of you! Oh well, at least it can't get any worse.
That moment when your uncle finds the pedophile meme you made of him?
Oh, fuck! Fuck, that hurts. Okay, it's a new day. I just had to stop filming. I got way too worked up over a fucking SNL sketch, and I just decided to continue this video another day. When I said that I have irrationally strong feelings about these things, I really was not kidding. Alright, now while the bar is just phenomenally low, it's time to finally talk about what I think is maybe the best overall representation of memes in media, and this comes from the show The Boys.
Oh, the boys! I wasn't expecting that at all.
The context of this clip is that an online smear campaign has been launched against a superhero because they're just a piece of shit. And these are those memes. So of course it naturally immediately starts with a top text, bottom text meme with fucking drop shadow, which you know I have strong feelings about. It took me about 18 hours to get back in front of camera. I feel like a post like this just wouldn't be top text, bottom text. That would just be a caption of a tweet. And then the image, like adding the hearts, that's very common. I think you could have added a lot more hearts, like one of those proper like radial explosion heart memes. I fucking love those. You know, He a little confused, but he got the spirit. Once again, gratuitous drop shadowing, but at least it's kind of doing the image sequence meme thing vaguely correct. This I just don't get, I'll be honest. This I just don't get at all. Lol, comma bitch as well. Just the... Okay, why did I say these were going to be good? I shouldn't have said these were going to be good. I hyped it up too much. But you know what? There's no drop shadow, which is good, but there's a comma. Why would there be a comma? It doesn't mean anything. This just doesn't mean anything. I feel like this one kind of has the spirit, but again, it just wouldn't be a top text, bottom text, impact font kind of meme. They're using an in-universe image as an exploitable, so it's like pretty close. I just feel like it wouldn't be a top text, bottom text impact meme. Impact, drop shadow, just stop it. This one scans largely like a shitpost. I'll allow it. Why is it left aligned? All right, hey, here we go. We got a fucking image labeling meme. Finally, we're pretty much getting it right. However, way too overproduced. No one's gonna go out of their way to fucking be putting graphics and shit on this. It would just be like Arial. They're overproducing it, obviously, to make it clearer to an audience. The bar is low, but they've done it. They've done a meme that you could almost believably see in real life. This meme isn't very good, but I genuinely just feel like if you replace the text with like something in lowercase, it would be a little less try hard, and you could believe it. If this one were just a tweet with like a gif of someone's head exploding, bang on, you know, that would scan. Okay, this one is good. Again, it really shouldn't be impact, but the fact that they've even gone out of their way to make it an edited meme, like it's a meme format, and you've done the erase the text and replace it thing, that is good. That is a lot of effort has been applied there. They then kind of fuck it a bit by having her be photoshopped also into the image. I think that's more work than would have gone into it, but this is pretty good. You've done it. You've actually made what a meme fucking looks like in this day and age. Finally, we have strayed away from impact. Thank God. It's the kind of thing that I feel like a 15-year-old would make, and that when they're just trying to do comedy and they don't quite get it yet. But this is one of the closest we've got to representing modern day memes. So points awarded. Have some points. Yummy. We got a Disaster Girl variant with some image labeling. Very good. I don't fucking know why they felt the need for impact and drop shadow, but almost had it. This is great in just like the design. It's cluttered, it's ugly, it's cobbled together from clearly different formats. This is accurately what a fucking shitty shit post would look like. It's just not very funny. More image labeling. You're really getting it now. You're getting it. Why is it in impact? Why is there an arrow? The point of image labeling is you just put the label on the image. You don't need an arrow, but you nearly got it. I don't know what this means. Sure. This one was a fucking slam dunk. You pretty much had it. This is a fine meme to have just had impact on. That would have been fine. You could have just been there. Why'd you... Almost. You just put the clown face emoji on his head. That's all you'd need to do. This is too much work. People can tell when you put too much work into a meme. It comes off as try hard. It would have been fine with the clown emoji. Who the fuck underlines a meme? Who underlines a meme? It's just not the done thing. It's just not the done thing. The Boys isn't done though, because now we have another scene where some pro Homelander memes start getting made.
Oh, this is just the first batch. I'll have Logan punch up the fear.
I think what's genuinely really impressive here is that the first batch of memes were supposed to be targeted at a more liberal millennial audience, and now this batch is leaning more towards a conservative sort of boomer demographic.
When you see it on your uncle's Facebook page, then you know it's working.
And that distinction actually coming through does show a genuinely very good understanding of the different types of memes. It's not hard when you're on social media to just accidentally find things that'll make you angry, and you can find some incredibly just weirdly made memes coming from like super conservative and stuff that just are weird, but they do believably look like a lot of these. Genuinely, this is one of the rare times when doing it in an advice animal format would have probably been really good. Like if they'd taken a good shot of Homelander's face and put it on like an advice animal background and then had opinions don't kill terrorists, that would have passed. This one annoys me because it's so close in that it's clearly like one of those SJW takedown memes, but superheroes invade my personal space. Superheroes invade my safe space. Safe space. It was just right there. Just do safe space. Like if you're doing conservative memes, it was fucking right there. Superheroes invade my safe space. That was obviously the better meme. So yeah, The Boys do a very good job. I gotta give points to the boys. One thing that I think really stands out with those as well is that I feel like different people made these memes. Maybe they had people across the team all contribute. So there's at least the diversity in formats and styles. The boys have done it best, I think. But why are these memes all so fucking bad? I genuinely think it has a lot to do with generational gaps. I feel like a lot of these shows are being made by like elder millennials, Gen Xers, even boomers who either only have a very casual understanding of memes from the most normie things that have filtered out into their circles, or just that they have grown up and left this online space. Their finger is no longer on the pulse. They are no longer tapped in with what memes look like, and the only thing they can base it on is when they last saw memes back in like the late noughties.
All your days are belong to us.
Because realistically, the most shareable mimetic things that we see these days would come in the form of like a social media screenshot, like a funny tweet or Tumblr post with an attached image, or, you know, you can make memes out of taking an image and making it like a Snapchat post with a funny thing to imply that that's what the person is actually saying or doing. The kind of thing that's gonna go viral is gonna be a TikTok, and not just in the someone doing a silly fucking dance sense, but like one of those really annoying things where someone's pointing at something above and going which I fucking hate, by the way. And that's the kind of shit that would actually go viral. But you just don't see any representation of, like, internet culture and internet humor reflective of really the past 10 years. If you're gonna see impact in a fucking meme, it's almost definitely gonna be used ironically. Like, it's not sincere. We're now so satirical that it's become earnest again. It's hard to explain. I don't have the language of a philosopher or an art major, but it just doesn't look like this. It just doesn't look like this. There is, however, one semi-modern type of meme that actually does get a decent amount of representation, if not too much representation. I mentioned earlier in this video about YouTube poops and song remixes, and those have cropped up a few times. Like in the movie Little Fockers, where Ben Stiller's character has some sort of rant and it gets turned into a song remix where it's really just edited to a beat. It's very similar to that kind of really early YouTube song remix.
Burns obsessed with boobs. He could breastfeed his grandson.
Similarly, in Hotel Transylvania 2, Dracula gets remixed into a really YouTube poopy fucky video that is just very intense and chaotic. Of all fucking things, Peter Kay's Car Share, just a violently British show, has a genuinely pretty spot-on representation of the experience of going viral when he has a sort of freak out in his car at a cyclist.
Hey, what's all this about, eh?
And then it turns into a song remix on YouTube.
Jump on your bike. Jump on your bike.
It's not quite on the money of like what a song remix would really look like, but I appreciate the effort. They've done a pretty semi-decent job of like getting it across. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be and who it's for, but yeah, they did it. And in the film Ron's Gone Wrong, there is something called Poop Girl.
Sharing. It pooped me.
Sharing. It pooped me.
No. Sharing. Stop it.
Which is nowhere near as fucked up as it sounds like, and that becomes a meme that gets shared around in universe. It becomes a musical loop. And it's kind of hard to pin this to anything. Honestly, it sounds more like a You're the Man Now dog type thing, which you probably don't know what that is, but it was just at a website where you would basically just post an image or a GIF with a looping piece of audio. That was the whole function of the site.
You're the man now, dog. You're the man now, dog. You're the man now, dog.
Yeah. But in 2009, everything changed when Michael Gregory and his family, also known as the Gregory Brothers, also known as Shmo Yoho, entered the scene, and we've been feeling the repercussions of that ever since, even to this day. In March of 2009, Jimmy Fallon took over as the host of The Late Night Show, and he launched it with one of these segments called
Slow Jam in the News.
She added an amendment.
This inspired the Gregory Brothers to start Auto-Tune the News, where they would take clips of the news and auto-tune it and play around with it and add themselves singing
before they began to rebound.
And their series, Auto-Tune the News, started, and it was popular-ish. It was pretty popular. I fucking loved it. I was their #1 fan, and I'm proud of that fact. I shouldn't be.
Well, I just want to say that I'm a huge fan.
I always have been.
The Gregory Brothers would continue this format of taking current events and auto-tuning them, and even doing so with memes at the time, you know, Charlie Bit My Finger, Kanye West, that kind of stuff. But then in 2010, they remixed the Double Rainbow viral video and create the Double Rainbow song, and that just blows up massively.
Double rainbow on the way.
However, why stop there? Because they then immediately follow up by remixing a popular news interview clip of the time and create the Bed Intruder song, which, if you've been on the internet in the past decade, you've most likely heard.
Had your kids, had your wife, had your kids, had your wife, had your kids, had your wife.
This track, this video, this meme blows up to near enough unprecedented levels, getting well over 100 million views on YouTube alone, and this very much gets the attention of traditional media and shifts, I think, their entire perception of just what going viral means. And it kicks off a trend in movies and TV where that's just what happens when you go viral now. You do something, it winds up on the news, and then it gets an auto-tune / songify remix. That's just how things are now. And they have very much not let this go. I actually sat down and had a chat with the very lovely Michael Gregory and talked about sort of the journey in essentially just reshaping the media's understanding of the internet.
We were trying out this thing that felt new, and that's why it got a lot of attention. Nobody had ever heard the idea that you could set the spoken word to music and make music out of it. But we didn't fade as much as we suspected because we had some craftsmanship and musicianship.
Do you remember the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the diaper hands thing? Well, this is a video they made to just try and promote that movie.
Greg?
Fucking cool. Jesus Christ. It's just a little bit offensively intense. With the cutout spinning heads.
We have a celebrity.
The kind of misunderstanding of what makes something catchy and how to actually do the vocals. Oh my god. It happens in the Disney show Ant Farm.
The world will end in a flaming wall of fire.
And it doesn't have quite the same schmo-yo-ho swagger, but yeah, it's pretty okay.
Awesome!
It arguably inspires a sequence in the movie Turbo, in which a sort of Damn Daniel type meme where a kid is filming the snail and is like,
"Oh, that snail is foul!"
Gets remixed into a song, which propels them to fame.
You see the snail moving fast. You slow, you don't get past. You see him gaining position, but first he won't be last.
And then along comes House of Cards, and just most notably, doesn't understand what music is. And just makes something so audibly unpleasant that it just hurts to fucking listen to.
What was he thinking?
But to Netflix's credit, when they then make The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, they actually just hire the Gregory Brothers. And they brought the Gregory Brothers in to work on the already composed intro song, add a little bit of their secret sauce, as it were, to make it feel more authentically internety.
Breakable, they alive, damn it, it's a miracle.
That's the only one we've done for TV, I think, that we actually like put on our channel, because Netflix just asked, hey, do you want to try to help make this actually viral and put it up? And we're really proud of it. And they let us edit the video so we could really make it seem like schmo-yo-ho. So yeah, we just put it up.
Of course, they then had to get lost in the sauce and try to do a sequence later in the show where another character goes viral with the sort of auto-tune the news style thing, and it's very bad, and it's not good, and it has a fart sound. Why does it have a fart sound? I mean, I know it's from the episode, but it's just, oh god.
No. Don't show my face! I want to start over.
The show Castle, which just generally doesn't seem to understand why a person or anything would go viral on the internet.
I don't get it. How does she have a fan base?
Welcome to the sharing economy.
Ends the episode with another Songify auto-tune the news knockoff, and
Hi, I'm Richard Ratchell. I'm Richard Castle.
What is it with the spinning cutout heads? What is this? The show Raising Hope does an actually fairly decent job of recreating the Gregory Brothers style, mostly.
They lifted a progression that was like common to our videos at that time, where they thought like, this is how those videos sound. I could tell that they put forth a lot of effort to musically copy our style.
They did a good job. But one thing I thought you would think is really funny is if you look at the video and the YouTube player. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
it says 20,000 hits.
And the same happens in that episode from The Office I mentioned earlier, where not only does the song go viral and get parodied by SNL, but of course it also gets an auto-tune remix.
That's, I think, a big giveaway
is that they're distorting the vocal, and it sounds like in an unintentional way. So that his voice is getting like, the formant is getting like squeezed.
Yeah,
it's not playing to the strengths of the source material.
Right. Instead, it was just like lack of craftsmanship.
And The Simpsons, who were once so on it, also tried to knock off the Gregory Brothers by doing what is so obviously a near enough one-for-one parody of their Backin' Up track, which I think came out the same year as this episode. And it's just nothing.
Hiding in the basement. Hiding in the basement. And I'm like, where's the cat? Where's the cat?
The hell was that?
But then the Cleveland show at least went out of their way to actually hire the Gregory Brothers, and they did their thing for their show. And one thing I really appreciated is that they went out of their way to include characters with a really cheap green screen effect on them, like the Gregory Brothers video. That's great.
They added the zooms and they pixelated Cleveland instead of making his zoom look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I thought that was really savvy that the animators understood this needs to look like a bad false zoom.
That's made with love. I respect that a lot. And the show Anger Management essentially takes the
I like turtles
video and fuses it with the Gregory Brothers to make the I Like Monkeys sequence, which is fine.
I like monkeys. I like monkeys. I like monkeys. I like monkeys.
One mistake I think a lot of these studios make, though, is they don't also follow the editing style of the Gregory Brothers, which is very distinct. It's not just the auto-tuning in the song, it's the way they cut it together visually that makes it so catchy and palatable. And if you're not doing both, it can come off as a lot drier than it really should.
I'm gonna make it so dry for you.
What blows my mind, though, is just how much the Gregory Brothers get ripped off. It happens so often that it has its own page on TV tropes. If you're going to rip off the Gregory Brothers, just hire the Gregory Brothers. You can do that. I know. I did it. And I have a fucking gold record now. But if you're sat there thinking, who? The Gregory Brothers? They're not even relevant anymore. Well, you've been listening to them all fucking summer anyway.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this!
Shmo Yoho. Shmo Yoho. Shmo Yoho. Shmo Yoho.
So yeah, that is the state of memes in traditional media. And just what surprises me is that aside from the auto-tune remixes, almost all meme representation is very specifically stuck in a mid to late noughties, top text, bottom text, impact, exploitable format, which just really isn't that representative of meme culture today. And I know why it's stuck there. It's going to be because of the age of the people making them, but it's also going to be for the audiences consuming things. It's going to be either made for normies who are consuming only the most baseline, overexposed memes out there, but also because of the absolute immediate visual clarity that comes from just impact font, top text, bottom text. Real memes are weird. You find something funny and you hand it to an old person, they're just gonna go, I don't understand.
What are you doing?
They might not be pro-Putin. I mean,
But if you give them a big, massive chunk of text that they can read in 1 second, yeah, it's gonna fly a lot easier. So I get why it happens, but it does make me wonder if 10 years from now, we're going to see younger millennials and sort of older Gen Z getting into the positions to be making movies and TV shows, and they're going to be representing meme culture, but it's going to be the meme culture of the 2010s and like now. And so even if TikTok is, say, long dead, you're going to see meme rep look like TikTok duets or Twitter captions when that's just not what things look like now. So maybe we're just always going to be stuck in a bit of a lag where meme rep is always behind the times, or at least until something becomes so massive, so mainstream again, like Auto-Tune the News and the Gregory Brothers, that it once again forces traditional media suits and the cigar smoking executives to reevaluate the way they think the internet works. But until then, we're going to be stuck with top text, bottom text, impact memes, and auto-tune remixes. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. I've linked to my full interview with the Gregory Brothers in the description. I want to thank them for kindly giving me their time. We also have a Patreon where this video came out early. It's got a Patreon exclusive podcast, a Discord server, extra extended cuts of videos, or you could just save your money and spend it on ice cream.
Yay! Cream.
Were there any bits of meme representation in movies or TV that you think I missed? Please let me know in the comments, and I can maybe watch them and regain some faith in humanity's ability to represent internet culture. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around. Tom Scott out.